whole field with a couple of scratchings, and it's all about Vega Magic and Voodoo Lad. They dominate the betting, but what's interesting here is we've actually had more money for horses like Mount Kilcoy and Man.
Side of Blackheart Bart, 500 metres to go in the Bletchingley. It's Vega Magic. Let's Stroll by Oliver. A length and a quarter. Jungle Edge followed by Crystal Dreamer Jukebox. Voodoo Lad with 5 to 6 to make up from Blackheart Bart around the turn. Vega Magic at the 300 metres held together 2 lengths. Quickens from Jungle Edge, 2.5, 3 lengths Jungle Edge. Jukebox, Voodoo Lad down the centre of the track from Crystal Dreamer, but it's all Vega Magic at the 150. 4, 5 lengths in front of Voodoo Lad, Jungle Edge, but the Magic has returned. Vega Magic scored by 4 lengths, maybe a bit less on the line from Voodoo Lad, Jungle Edge, Blackheart Bart, Crystal Dreamer, Jukebox, Everest, look out.
There is the real Vega Magic. Damien Oliver, with the blinkers going on, decided to go forward. Who would have thought that Vega Magic would be leading Jungle Edge? Well, he led and then he was able to finally settle, and then with an electrifying turn of foot, Vega Magic says, pick me for a slot in the Everest.
Hopefully that was impressive enough to gain the slot, because he made some very informed good horses look ordinary, I thought, today. He played with them, didn't he?
Damien Oliver on Vega Magic was hardly super serious either. A class above them. Great to see him back.
He's a big horse, isn't he, Vega Magic? He's got a big loping stride, and he was dominant there. But
Running first, it's $1.50, although it was as low as $1.35, so that's something to take note of. Sunlight's at $2.50, and there's certainly plenty of support for Sunlight.
Well, I thought Nature Strip would have led and Sunlight second, but it's the other way around. Sunlight for Jamie Carr from Nature Strip in second spot. Bris Vegas third. Lady Somar on the outside of Thompson's Reward. Then Fancy Rumble and Splash It whip them in. Now they start to really lock horns on the turn. 500 metres left to travel. Damien Lane pouring the pressure on here with Nature Strip to the 2-year-old filly Sunlight. They turn together. 3 in front of Thompson's Reward. Nature Strip though, he bounded clear here from Sunlight. Then Thompson's Reward, Fancy Rumble, but Nature Strip, what's going to run second? I'm not sure if it'll be Sunlight, it'll be Daylight. Nature Strip clearing away here, and Nature Strip, oh so impressive. 3 out of 3 for Darren Weir, and he bolts in. Sunlight did run second. 2-year-old filly Sunlight, they turn together. 3 in front of Thompson's Reward. Nature Strip though, he bounded clear here from Sunlight. Then Thompson's Reward, Fancy Rumble, but Nature Strip, what's going to run second? I'm not sure if it'll be Sunlight, it'll be Daylight. Nature Strip clearing away here, and Nature Strip, oh so impressive. 3 out of 3 for Darren Weir, and he bolts in. Sunlight did run second. Third, Fancy Rumble. Fourth, Thompson. Then Bris Vegas. And goodness me, I think the phone might be ringing.
James, I know we just saw Vega Magic win impressively in Caulfield, but that horse has got the Everest written all over it from a performance like that. You could tell at the top of the straight there was so much to go. Damien Lane only let a little bit go as well, and we saw the gears. This is a serious animal now.
Wowee, didn't he just put a quality 2-year-old to the sword? 7 kilos weight difference. Went past her at the top of the straight like she was nailed to the fence, and we know he's got big raps on him. We know he's done some amazing things, run some amazing times, but that was super, super impressive.
Simply too fast. I mean, Sunlight, you know, he's not a hack, but she's yet to reach the sort of figures this guy can produce. I mean, you know, go back a couple of weeks and he gave the Flemington track record a skier on soft ground. This was a genuine soft 5 right in the mid-range, but the experts tell me out there, and he's still looking around, he's still a bit keen. If they can just harness that energy a bit better, I'm scared where he can get to.
At this 1,000 to 1,100 metre distance, I'm not quite sure if there's many horses that can go with him in the country, because he's just so fast and so powerful. Going to 1,200 at the elite level is going to be the interesting box that he's going to have to tick if he does head towards an Everest. So to Vega Magic, whether they head there, but this was brilliant to watch.
Yeah, I agree with you. Look, I'd back him against anything in the country at up to 1,100. The 1,200 metre box, as you touched on, still needs to be ticked, and we've touched on that in the past. OK, he led.
Horses are still got to get in there, but Vega Magic getting closer and closer now after that performance in the Bletchingley Stakes. But
As parade before our feature of the day, this is the Moston Copper Missile Stakes Weight for Age Group 2. Couple of
One, the Monster leads around the corner from Music Magnate. She Will Reign being pushed along, Parada being cuddled. Kementari needs some room, takedowns holding its spot. 300 out, the Monster's got a good kick with Parada giving chase, going to second in front of Music Magnate. Kementari's out now, he's starting to power home. Parada goes after the Monster, 2 lengths away to Kementari. It's Parada in front, Kementari a half away, Parada in front, Kementari drives, misses, and Parada has been able to flip the result on Kementari today. Parada from Kementari, both have gone great. The Monster kicking on for third in front of
Monster brave in third, but it's Parada's Missile.
Yeah, look, that's the way we wanted the finish to be. Parada and Kementari, and look, Kementari
up, and they might have a good one here.
Is this a 2-horse race, Brass?
I thought it probably was, yeah. The 2 favourites looked the goods. Lure Main.
Get out. You got 240, 270, the 2 picks. CG Quebec favourite over Lure Main.
3 sheets is second last. It's Condor Heroes held together. CG Quebec is rolling forward on the outside. Radiant Choice is yielding ground, and Lure Main has got a very tempting run on the fence to take. CG Quebec, he goes full bore at the 300 metres. Lure Main is cruising up on the inside. Now McDonald pops the question to the toppy. It's CG Quebec being challenged by Lure Romain. Lure Romain with a 61 on his back takes the lead and pulls away from CG Quebec. A class above. Lure Romain eased down, won it by a length and a half. CG Quebec second, many lengths away to Boss Lane third.
He landed leaders back. They came around the home turn and the seas parted and he ran
finished up there. 3 deep, no cover. The set outside of Group 1 level the whole last preparation. Admittedly, he was over 500 days without a win, but this was his race, even with the weight. Perfectly ridden by McDonald, where the horse they put the money on, CG Quebec, he had no favours really. He was 3 deep, no cover in front there. And looking at that...
Welcome back to Royal Randwick. It really feels like it's the calm before the storm. It's time under that name, and for the first time under Group 1 conditions.
Yeah, and as usual, when...
It's alongside for the moment with Black Caviar. She's going straight out down through the tunnel right now. She's going to be the first horse to lead.
34 winks, so $1.12 out to $1.24. Kementari sits...
Here we go in the Winx Stakes, and they're off and racing. Well, she's only jumped out fairly. Winx is going to settle in the second half of the field, and Cabeza de Vaca jump well. Then Religify in classic uniform. Dargetto goes to 5th on the outside of Invictus Prince. Then Kementari and Winx, they're racing together. Nothing between the pair, with Winx on the outside of Kementari taking closer order. Then Unforgotten, Ace High, and Libron is last. They're going quick up front. Oriental Runner in Cabeza de Vaca in the very windy conditions. From Religify, classic uniform, Dargetto. And here they come, getting to the outside, Winx and Kementari. And Kementari's trying to stick with her, although she dropped him now. Cabeza de Vaca takes the lead. 200 metres to run, but here she comes. Winx right down the outside, powering away from them. Invictus Prince, Dargetto and Kementari, but how soft for Winx. There's 26 in a row for the champ. Wins Dargetto, and here they come, getting to the outside, Winx and Kementari, and Kementari's trying to stick with her, although she dropped him now. Cabeza de Vaca takes the lead, 200 metres to run, but here she comes, Winx right down the outside, powering away from them. Invictus Prince, Dargetto and Kementari, but how soft for Winx. There's 26 in a row for the champ. Wins the race named in her honour, beats Invictus Prince, Dargetto, Kementari, then Unforgotten, Cabeza.
It might be happy birthday, Black Caviar. Winx has gone past you. 26 in a row. And once
getting to the outside,
and privileged that it's us. We're our, mayor, and we just think it's fantastic.
On Thursday night at the awards, you thanked them.
Thanks, Tim.
Should all congratulate him. Here she comes. We might have to just move out of the way so she can...
It's about that amazing animal behind us. So what she's doing for sport in Australian racing, we should all take a bow and say well done, Winx.
How was Winx moment there yesterday? It looked pretty soft in the finish, but oh geez, there was some worrying moments. I don't know whether we're over dramatising the situation, but for a fleeting moment again.
Yeah, when Glyn sort of looked for a bit of room on Kementari, we bumped each other at about the 650 metre mark, and Winx didn't enjoy that, so I moved out to give Glyn some room, at which point we both went to make our run together. And we both sort of hit a bit of a... well, we felt at the time we both hit a bit of a slow patch, and then once she balanced up, she just put them away. I still had about 4 lengths to make up on the leading pack, but the sectional times would suggest we were going really quick at that stage, so it's a bit deceiving, but just here she balances up and once I went past Glyn and James, I thought I've still got a bit of ground to make up, and I went to pull the whip through to give her one hit, and by the time I was organised to do that, I was in front and won comfortably.
Incredible. And when you pick up the sectional...
Chris Waller, Hugh Bowman.
Yeah, class act. She's a very good mare. She returned with a great run, can only improve, only have to open up.
Warwick Nabil. Here comes the Group 2 Chelmsford Stakes over the famous Randwick Mile. There is the favourite on screen, Unforgotten, who on track now is 3.10 out a further 10.
Side of it somewhat. Further back to Unforgotten. Satono racing. Sedans is out pretty deep. Further back to Allergic in the red cap. Right behind is Mr. Moonlight Magic. Libran getting to the outside, and Single Gaze pushed on last. Coming to the turn, Religify in front by a Halfter Classic uniform. Prized Icon 3 out. Red Excitement 4 out. Cabeza de Vaca behind the speed, followed by 1 Foot in Heaven. And now Unforgotten's looking for the gaps and's got nowhere to go at the moment. Prized Icon moves up. Prized Icon takes a narrow lead. 1 Foot in Heaven and Unforgotten getting the split now. Here she comes. Unforgotten up the inside. Wide out Sedanza and Libran flashing home, but Unforgotten's drawn clear, and Unforgotten goes on to win the Chelmsford. Bob of the heads for the Miners. Ace High, Sedanza and Libran the outside. Then Prized Icon.
Unforgotten. We're going to find out, because the sky's the limit, Duff.
Wow. We prayed for a Bowman special. We got one. We dead set got one there.
See when reality sets in, where she fits in against the others, and where she... You mentioned it in the Tobin reads well, Native Soldier fitter, and Bondi. If you like Seabrook, you've got to make some.
When we thought it might get to favourite, and Tony Niconi's holding at $5. Bondi's come.
It's Crash back and racing. Sanctimonious away fairly. Native Soldier out well with Rock Hard Thorondor. They were followed by Seabrook. The field is not a single cent, so they come up towards the 600 metres. It's Native Soldier with Rock Hard forcing the pace, and Tony Niconi between them. 2.5 to Thorondor, followed by Bondi, who's niggled at, then Seabrook, and next in the field to the outside Ale Merton, then Encryption, Sanctimonious, and further back Vacillator. Native Soldier, they've run it pretty hard at the 250, kicks away, 2 legs Tony Niconi, Rock Hard, followed by Thorondor, Seabrook and the August Sprouting Wings. Native Soldier clear though with 100 metres to go, 3 or 4 legs in front of the August Thorondor, but the Soldier, what a win! Native Soldier a big winner, the August second, Seabrook for third, Thorondor, and then Encryption Ale Merton.
How about that? That's a very, very tough win indeed by Native Soldier. You know, pressure was on from this.
This was dominant. I didn't see this coming.
Yeah, it was about the future, so it was obviously...
Magic, $2.40, rock solid. Best back runner of the day today at Caulfield. Be the best result for punters. As I said, 6 and 6.50, the 2 outside it. And then just, again, we're just around the 13 mark for Kingsville Dream.
Inside, followed by Vega Magic, who's trying to slot across. Grunt 50 inside of Blackheart Bart. Kementari 3 wide. Around Happy Clapper and Humidor from Oregon's Day and Kingsville Dream. They continue their their journey to the 750. Jungle Edge by $0.75 dollar for dollar. Showtime third, the rails. They were followed by Vega Magic. 2 lengths, Blackheart Bart. Grunt sixth on the fence. They were followed by Kementari, who's having a tougher run. Followed by Happy Clapper, Humidor, Oregon's Day, and Kingsville Dream. They come up to the turn in the Memsey. Jungle Edge at the 400 with dollar for dollar. Vega Magic searches up out 3 deep now. Followed by Blackheart Bart. Behind them, Grunt, Showtime. And further back in the field, Kementari. It's dollar for dollar taking the lead. Vega Magic's right there at the 200 metres. Then a gap, Kementari, Oregon's Day down the outside, but it's Vega Magic. 100 metres to go, but a wall's coming. Kementari and flashing through Humidor back to the inside. It's a big finish. Humidor's got up to win it from Kementari. It's dollar for dollar taking the lead. Vega Magic's right there at the 200 metres. Then a gap, Kementari, Oregon's Day down the outside, but it's Vega Magic. 100 metres to go, but a wall's coming. Kementari and flashing through Humidor back to the inside. It's a big finish. Humidor's got up to win it from Kementari, Kingsville Dream, Vega Magic, Oregon's Day. Then Blackheart Bart. Next to finish, Happy Clapper. Jungle Edge. What a finish it was. Humidor has got up to win it on the inside. Will just beat Kementari, Kingsville Dream, Vega Magic. Humidor. Damien Lane for
up here. This is the 6th, the Run to the Rose, 1200 Group 2, and a important lead up to the Group 1 Golden Rose coming up here in a couple of weeks. This mounting
for the back two performer, Nuclear Blitz and the favourite. Graff will have to sit 3 wide the trip. Further back to Zusane from Lean Mean Machine, Legend of Condor and Long Leaf. 450 out, Jonker in front. Sambar being felt for in second. Then Pequiri from Smart Alyssa. Graff to the outside. Then came Lean Mean Machine at a barging match looking to get into the clear. Jonker's got a good lead at the 250 from Sambar, and Graff is starting to knuckle down to his work. Jonker a length and a half clear. Graff's been 3 wide the trip, but the colt is digging in. Jonker in front from Graff. Lean Mean Machine coming with a big run late. Lean Mean Machine bursting through the centre. Big win in the Run to the Rose. Lean Mean Machine beat the favourite Graff, and Jonker in third, then Zusane, followed by Sandbar.
Out Graff and Jonker. Lean Mean Machine has burst through in the centre, and that's a great sign for the future, because he's only going to get better as the distances get longer. Lean Mean Machine, Graff, enormous, sitting 3 wide, no cover. And
Ty England's been talking this horse up all week. He was 21 into 14 there at the finish, so he did have supporters. He was.
For those beaten brigade, don't lose faith. We certainly won't be, and I'd say 2 weeks' time there'll be a hell of a match race on our hands with the Golden Rose.
Is Cox Plate bound now on that?
I'm sure he is. Why wouldn't they?
Absolutely. It's
$5. Nature Strip did get as low as $1.40. It's just out to $1.45 as our percentages have come down at Bet Easy. It still is really well backed. I mean, from a percentage of the...
Nature Strip jumped away well with Shoals towards the outside, and showing speed as well is Sunday Escape. After 100, Nature Strip is going to zip up on the inside though and lead Sunday Radine, and Port Vale is at the end of the field. They approach the turn at the 400 metres. Nature Strip in front in a very good rhythm. By a length and a half to Hoots and Sunday Escape, followed by Shoals and then Viridine, but Nature Strip around the turn going well. Still a strip, but at the 100, Nature Strip leads by a length. Hootson's getting close. Nature Strip is holding on. Hootson's diving. They hit it. I think Nature Strip has just held Hootson. Oh, that was close. 3 lengths away, Shoals third, followed by Viridine, Sunday Escape. Mark Zara will hold on. Nature Strip first. Hootson's put in a couple of big dives, but Nature Strip's head was rising on the line and has held the day.
He gets a pass mark today. Nature Strip, and it does appear that we've got a course record seconds, beating the old record held by Sweden.
Use of that draw. He's run a course record. He's now 8 from 11. He's done a tremendous job. The horse Hootson was big.
Some people are just shaking their head. No, it won't be happening. He can't run 1,200 metres. Look at his, Hootson's 2 to his 1 in the last 50 metres. In his defence, I don't think the barrier was kind to him, because he had to really drive to kick up underneath some fast horses there. And he keeps running time. He broke a course record there.
A track record. A track record at the Valley.
pretty.
5, the Bill Ritchie, which allows the winner to be exempt from ballot for the Epsom, so an important race coming up.
Sir Plush attracts a nibble at odds for Andrew Adkins. Beyond Baker, $17 to $14, and they're about to step out.
Is to improve to third, followed by Parada the outside, a length off Siege of Quebec. Invictus Prince gets up into a 3-wide position. Perrette pinned away on the fence, and Duke of Valentinois is being pushed along at the rear. Music Magnate at the 500 leads by 2 lengths on Tom Melbourne. Then Sir Plush. Parada's been without cover from the start. Further back to Perrette looking for room. Siege of Quebec pulling out from Invictus Prince and Duke of Valentinois. Music Magnate. Tom Melbourne ran out a bit on Parada. Sir Plush gives chase. Then came Siege of Quebec. Perrette creeping up the fence. Music Magnate in front. Now Parada hitting top gear. Siege of Quebec goes to him. Parada, Siege of Quebec. Parada just in front. Siege of Quebec bobbed, and it's a photo. Siege of Quebec lunging at Parada right on the post. I think
Finish. What a finish. Parada, deep the trip, has the audacity to loom, joins in, noses him out. It's the outside. Siege of Quebec will get this. Number 8. He'll win it. Number 8, Siege of Quebec, will beat Parada number 3, who was...
He didn't let his supporters down. He knuckled down when you thought Parada was home for all money. Just that 3 wide, no cover, and 42 days between runs. Went against beaten, but far from disgrace, the favourite there.
They've run a race record. Landsiding held the race record. They've run 121 racing to come here at Royal Randwick.
Oh, this T-Rose, I think, is going to answer a lot of questions. You know, there hasn't been much between these fillies. Obviously, I thought her lead-up performance was as good as anything in that race. Miss Fabulous is too good to dismiss off one bad run, and of the others for 2, just makes her own luck in cruising up beyond.
Today from Pretty in Pink, and Maid of Heaven with the blinkers on first time is last. 500 metres to run. Sanjita spins in front of Madame Rouge and a Hood. Then Santa Catarina from Fundamentalist Fiesta. Miss Fabulous the Rouse. Further back to Pretty in Pink. Well up the rise. Sanjita's got a good kick from Madame Rouge. Going up the inside, Fundamentalist Santa Catarina. Miss Fabulous looking for a run. Fiesta's chiming in and Pretty in Pink. Miss Fabulous sprints. So does Fiesta. Miss Fabulous takes the lead from Fiesta and Pretty in Pink. And Miss Fabulous up in trip. And what a performance. Miss Fabulous beats Fiesta and Pretty in Pink. Maid of Heaven with late headway. Then a Hood. Outback Barbie semi.
A wealth of talent in the Lees barn. It was so a Smart Melody win in Melbourne. This filly by Frankel out of Samantha Miss. Now, Denise Martin, Sydney, she stays in Melbourne.
Yeah, it's worked out okay so far. Smart Melody was very good today. She's got to now get
by her performance, but look at the sprint that she shows here, bursting through the inside here. It was a slowly run race, a great turn of speed. Fiesta as well, she just missed consistency, but on the fence what they should do with her, really, whether they step her up to a mile or not. And going too much.
And this is the Colgate Optic White Stakes. Wait for age group 1 over a mile. Let's have a look at Lure May, number 1 for Chris Lee in prize money. She's going for 27 in a row today, and she's attempting to win her 20th Group 1 of her career. Here at Randwick, she's won 16 times. Over the mile, she's won 9. And Huey Bowman's up. And she's about to go out. Duff and Lizzie.
Wow. Over the famous Randwick Mile. Winks to make it 27 straight.
Yes, and historic race.
Champion mare in action again.
And they're off and racing. Winks has jumped out midfield, and Ace High is a bit of a surprise leader early. Religify quickly into stride going to second. Then came Lure Remain from It Somewhat, Who Shot the Barman. He's a length and a half in front of Winks, who really relaxes back in the field, and Religify leads by 3/4 to Ace High. Lure Remain travelling strongly in third. Then Who Shot the Barman a length further back to It Somewhat. Egg Tart trying to improve now, and Winks is sitting back last. She's 7 lengths off the lead and quite happy to stay there for the time being. Oh, now she peels to the outside at the 600 metres, and she's starting a run. It's Religify in front from Ace High under the pump. Lure Remain goes to third from Who Shot the Barman. Winks is on the tail of Lure Remain into the straight. Egg Tart trying to push her underneath, and It's Somewhat's last. It's Religify in front. Lure Remain goes to him. Winks is 2 off. Then Ace High and Egg Tart. Lure Remain making a bold beat for victory, but Winks is starting to cut him down. Winks moves up on the outside, takes the lead, kicks away. Here's 3 in a row. It's her birthday, and what a way to celebrate. Long live the Queen. Winks by 4 lengths to Le Romain. Egg Tart third. It's Religify in front. Le Romain goes to him. Winks is 2 off. Then Ace High and Egg Tart. Le Romain making a bold beat for victory, but Winks is starting to cut him down. Winks moves up on the outside, takes the lead, kicks away. Here's 3 in a row. It's her birthday, and what a way to celebrate. Long live the Queen. Winks by 4 lengths to Le Romain. Egg Tart third, then Ace High, it's somewhat. Religify. And Who Shot the Barman?
The greatest thing to ever happen to racing. She toys with them again.
Moment's worry.
There was a chase today. Huey got urgent there.
What can I say? That was a very strong pace, even with Religify. That's going to be. I didn't feel like she was going to be as dominant as she usually is, but when that turbo pilot kicked into gear at the 250, it was all over. And I mean, she just
unbelievable. She's got some gears.
We don't know how many though. Don't tell me there's some gears that we haven't found yet.
I hope we don't need to call on them, but yeah, very special. The reception she gets, not just here at Randwick, but around Australia, wherever she raced, the morning shows every day of the week.
Is it really sinking in now that how special she is?
Yeah, it's been
day by day.
Thank you,
Chris Waller, Peter Tighe. There's always that question mark in the back of your mind, and it was again there yesterday when Hugh had to niggle her. But it's only for that fleeting moment.
Yeah, and to think that when you get a little bit worried, and just look at that finishing margin there, Lizzie. Look, again at the top of the straight there, he sprinted, Le Romain, and she sort of was left flat-footed again, and there's always that moment with her, isn't there?
There's always that moment from one of them.
She can just sustain that sectional time where horses can rattle off that 200 or that 400, but she can do it for 600, and that's where she is superior late in her races.
And she makes you.
His quality, always going for the 12 grunt. He just looked up and about today, looked really switched on in the yard, so he's on top for me. Outside.
Kingswell Dream, so it's a really good battle across the board. You can see 460 out from 420 for Kingswell Dream.
String out at the 1,000 metres. The front runner is Blackheart Bart, and they're going pretty hard by 3/4 of a length to Happy Clapper. A length and 3/4 the Taj Mahal. Third the outside of John Snow. 2 lengths to Grunt, 3 lengths Kementari. 2.5 Kingswell Dream, followed by Humidor, about 12 off the lead, and they were followed by Tozen Basil. Next in the field is coming through from Poonamoo and Harlem. They run the corner in the Maccabi Diva. 500 metres to go. It's Blackheart Bart from Happy Clapper the outer, then John Snow. The Taj Mahal presents to the middle. Further back is Grunt. Kementari 5 off the lead and running on from Kingswell Dream, followed by Humidor back towards the inside. It's Blackheart Bart in front, but vulnerable at the 300 from Grunt on the outside, chiming in now. Grunt moves up, takes the lead. Kingswell Dream. John Snow battles back, but it's Grunt at the 150 from John Snow. Kingswell Dream. Grunt is clear. Grunt 2 legs in front, laps up Flemington. Grunt won the Group 1. Kingswell Dream second. Third Photo John Snow. Kementari Happy Clapper all there, followed by Humidor coming through. Next Harlem Blackheart Bart. The Damien Oliver wins the race for the 5th time. And Mick Price, who scored 12 years ago, was
chimed in perfectly, you know. Much different to he has been at Caulfield. He balances up and takes the turn so much better, and you know, we saw the real Grunt today.
You would have had some great
upper in a 400, even the 600. Kingswell Dream and Grunt were pretty similar. Obviously, the winners had that sort of closer map position for him. But look, I suppose the question is where would Mick go with him? We heard him post race sort of say there are options, but he's got some different races he can pick out. But he really would obviously like to come
on what looked a very strong field on paper. You know, the biggest spruik horse in Melbourne, and understandably so, is Kingswell Dream. He puts paid to him, and Kingswell Dream sort of comes up to, you think he's going to eyeball him, and then he races away from him. So, you know, you got to respect Mick when he talks, and he's telling us he thinks this horse is a stayer, and there's every indication that he could well be. Kingswell
Stakes over 1,400 metres, $1 million Group 1 for the 3-year-olds, and our mounting yard has brought
the Autumn Sun 4 to 440 on the second line, and Lean Lean Mean Machine.
So 440 the Autumn Sun holds the most money. Nearly actually holds double what we hold on Graph.
Further back to the favourite Graph from Lean Mean Machine, Seabrook, and the Autumn Sun would be 10 off the lead last. 750 out now, and Denoe on top by 3/4 to Santos. Sambar trucking along in third, followed by Zusane. Looks to be coming off the fence. Yes, Tchaikovsky the outside. Lean Mean Machine's improving, going up the inside. Looks like Graph might have to come to the outside. Just lost a half length there, Graph, from Seabrook with a rails hugging ride. And the Autumn Sun sees them all into the straight. Denoe swings in front of Santos. Then Sandbar, Zusane running on. Lean Mean Machines into the clear and Graph to the outside. Up to the 250. Sandbar and Zusane race to the front together. They're clear from Lean Mean Machine. Graph is starting to wind up. And the Autumn Sun. Zusane got to the front from Graph and the Autumn Sun motoring. Zusane in front. The Autumn Sun's levelling up like they hit it. The Autumn Sun. And the Autumn Sun sees them all into the straight. Denoe swings in front of Santos. Then Sandbar, Zusane running on. Lean Mean Machines into the clear and Graph to the outside. Up to the 250. Sandbar and Zusane race to the front together. They're clear from Lean Mean Machine. Graph is starting to wind up. And the Autumn Sun. Zusane got to the front from Graph and the Autumn Sun motoring. Zusane in front. The Autumn Sun's levelling up like they hit it. The Autumn Sun. He's come from last. What a superstar. The Autumn Sun got up to beat Zusane and Graph. Then Sandbar from Santos.
A star is born. The Golden Rose winner for 2018 is the Autumn Sun.
He's not just a good horse, he's a world-class horse, believe me. He's a serious horse.
And obviously the horse put blinkers on him today and he had to do it all. He was last, Bernie. And I was still last at sort of the 300, but what a powerful engine he's got, you know, to do that at what I really think is below his best trip. Shows you how classy he is.
Zustar and Zusane surging to the front in the same race, but I think he might have been beaten by a pretty special one.
What were you thinking? Did you think
he'd fight out the finish?
He would have to be one of the most exciting colts you have trained, considering just
been very, very popular since markets open. He burnt the candle at both ends, beating D'Argento and also Trapeze Artist last start. He opened up at 480. He's been backed into $3.
Mr. Sneaky is at the end of the field. Dollar for dollar to the side now. At the 850, being pressurised by Light in My Veins. Two further back in the field, the inside Showtime. They were followed by the outside Hell of a Street, a length and a half, Home of the Brave. Then came the inside Miss Gunpowder from Jungle Cat and Land of Plenty. Midfield out deeper. Sovereign Nation on the fence, and then Peaceful States getting warm. They were followed by Osborne Bulls, Oregon's Day, Fastnet Tempest, well back Holy Snow and Mr. Sneaky. They come up towards the turn at the 400. It's Dollar for Dollar, Lightning in My Veins from Hell of a Street. Showtime the rails to the outside, Home of the Brave and Jungle Cat. Hell of a Street is hanging tough. Down the outside, Land of Plenty and Oregon's Day. Dollar for Dollar goes for home at the 200 from Lightning in My Veins. Land of Plenty down the centre of the track is running on from Jungle Cat with 100 to go. Dollar for Dollar with on the outside, Land of Plenty. Dollar for Dollar, Land of Plenty and Jungle Cat, who claws away and got up, I think. Jungle Cat in a photo finish from Land of Plenty or Dollar for Dollar. They were followed by a wall of them. Hell of a Street, Home of the Brave, and they were followed by Mr. Sneaky, Oregon's Day. In a fantastic finish, it was Dollar for Dollar, Land of Plenty, and in the middle, the Godolphin runners up there. But it's Jungle Cat, James Doyle for Charlie Appleby. We'll bowl them over in the...
Doyle getting to work, whipping the left hand there on Jungle Cat, and Matty Hill at his spring best leading into it. He said he claws back the cat and just able to hold off Land of Plenty and run down Dollar for Dollar.
What did you make of the run? I think the third horse should have won this race. Land of Plenty, he was wide, no cover, had work to do, and he's flying at the moment. Dollar for Dollar.
Favourite here, A Trap for Fools. From that gate, Bradwell Willer will just roll with the front out of the straight for the first time, and you're with him, punters at home. $1.90 Trap for Fools. The best backed runner going into race 3. The Taj
are in charge. 750 outlet, a half length, moving up the Taj Mahal. One away is Dollar Dollar Bill and Sir Isaac Newton. Newton taking off. Trap for Fools has got caught up behind them, running fifth, looking for clear galloping room. Gaelic Chieftain around the field. They were followed by Mask of Time, Harlem. Last of all, Checkered Flag. The Taj Mahal sprinted for home near the corner. Found 2.5 lengths there, Isaac Newton. Trap for Fools will need a phenomenal effort. I don't think he can win. On the outside, Gaelic Chieftain now running on strongly. The Taj Mahal corners 3 in front. Gaelic Chieftain's about 2 lengths away now, going after him. The Taj Mahal in front. Gaelic Chieftain over 1.5 lengths away. The Taj Mahal's hanging on. Gaelic Chieftain can't get him. The Taj Mahal just in front and fell into it. The Taj Mahal by a lip to Gaelic Chieftain. 6 lengths away, Sir Isaac Newton. He got up to run third. The Taj Mahal will win by the skin of his teeth. He went forward. It was a positive ride on him. Gaelic Chieftain has come from last, sweeping around the field. He has got perilously close the last little bit, but he will fail by a short half head.
And here it is. It's the Moir. Let's have a look at the market now. And, well, Nature Strip, he's the best-backed runner with Sportsbet all night. He's an absolute cracker, isn't he? Tricky Gate. He's got Damien Lane in the saddle. And that for him to win by 2 lengths.
It was a Group 1. Terry Bailey believes Vidora, who was runner-up in the race last year, can win the race this year.
Down fifth from Jungle Legend Vidora. 2 lengths away is Brave Smash, who couldn't go the early speed. On his outside is Nieta. Savannah Amore and 2.5 lengths away is Nieta. Nature Strip caught wide through the gap, rushed up and he bowled to the front now and he went 2 lengths in front of Fartanar. Snitty Kitty, Ball of Muscle, the fence, Hoots and Vidora. Well back as they come towards the bend is Jungle Edge, Nieta, Brave Smash, Sprite, and last of all Savannah Amore. Nature Strip full bore on the corner, he's in full cry. Vidora's 2 lengths away, starting to thunder. Vidora's got Nature Strip. Vidora moves up, Brave Smash late. Vidora in front. Unlucky last year. She's the hero tonight, Vidora. Races home and wins the Moir from Brave Smash. Photo third. Sprite or Snitty Kitty. Then Jungle Edge. They were followed behind those by Fartanar. Nature Strip got found out tonight. Savannah Amore well back with the last year. It was the rails run that cost her victory. Tonight there was no rails run. It was clear running for Lloyd Kennywell and their wonder mare Vidora, and she has smashed them. For Lloyd Kennywell and their wonder mare Vidora, and she has smashed them.
It's still hasn't really sunken in, but it was like watching the Winterbottom all over again. We got to the corner and I felt we had the race in our keeping. So proud of Joe. It was
Beautifully heading to the Everest. Vidora earned her spot in the field.
Absolutely.
In one go.
Has she? Has she got a spot?
No, she hasn't got a spot, but don't you think she's earned a spot by doing this?
Magnificent training performance to get this mare in this sort of form first up against this sort of company. Obviously, the speed helped. Yeah, I think she's earned a spot. I think she's earned a slot.
It's high at $3.40. It's somewhat is Tony's on top up, and it's the other one in single figures at $6. We'll dissect that race in
quarters of a length now. Who Shot the Barman? Bowman making a mid-race move, and he takes Who Shot the Barman to the front, 1,000 metres out. Draw went into the race. It's Who Shot the Barman racing to the 600 metres, 2 lengths clear from Prince Cherie and Saturno racing. Ace High on the bridle in fourth, followed by Master of Arts, Egg Tart, Lover pulling out back to the inside. It's somewhat from 1 Foot in Heaven and Allergics along last. Bowman goes for home on Who Shot the Barman at the 375, 3 lengths clear. Ace High gets going, so does Egg Tart, and down the outside is Lover. Who Shot the Barman being tackled by Ace High, and the favourite Egg Tart giving chase. It's Ace High a length clear. Egg Tart, she's trying. Ace High going strongly. It's somewhat's closing off, but Ace High's drawn clear, and Ace High goes on to win the Hill Stakes by 2. It's somewhat second, Egg Tart third. 1 Foot in Heaven making ground to fourth. Then Lover from Who Shot the Barman. Further back to...
He's on target for the Cups. He's on target. Egg Tart was no match. In fact, in the end, Duffy was pulling right away.
Yeah, no excuses for anything there. He simply outstayed that lot. That was a pretty impressive performance, and they'll be going to Melbourne. Cock a hoop, I'd say. That's how you want to go into Melbourne in form like that.
What's the big one?
Red Zell 350 currently with Tab in this race. Look, the horse they're backing, Shoals, and we've seen horses from off the speed.
Inside Trapeze Artist, then Santa and Elaine from Shoals, and Invincible Gem the last one. Inside the 550, it's Red Zell the favourite on top from Invincible Star. Music Magnate peeling 3 wide. In her time, slipping up the inside. Trapeze Artist to the outside as they straighten up now, and Red Zell cruising in the lead. In her time, about to come off heels. Trapeze Artist to the outside. Invincible Stars in bother. Santa and Elaine's heading the line well. In her time, lays it down to Red Zell. Santa and Elaine's closing off. In her time, and Red Zell. Shoals with a big run late. In her time, Santa and Elaine the inside. Shoals the outside. Santa and Elaine goes home best. Wow, what a horse. Santa and Elaine got up on the post to beat either Shoals or In Her Time. Then Trapeze Artist. Further back to Invincible Gem from Red Zell.
Reshape the market. Pull it down, Munsey, and start again. Santa and Elaine up on the inside is going to win the Premier Stakes. Is it a Quinella here for Anthony Freedman with Shoals? And maybe In Her Time just in front of Shoals.
Not much in it.
Not much in it. Not much. They have never broken 1-8 here at Royal Randwick. They've smashed the track record. A huge Southerly behind them. They've run 1:7.45.
Yeah, and a bunch finish, so that tells you the wind has really got up their tail there. So, you know, if you see a horse...
And why wouldn't he, Betty? This has been spruiked as a mini Everest here today, so a practice run, and you've come up trumps.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he's in fantastic order, this horse. He's really come into his own.
What can you say here? We have 2 stablemates here, Santa and Elaine. It's just unreal how he's turned things around the past couple of seasons. When you look at his record now with a Goodwood, a Stradbroke, and obviously the Premier leading into an Everest here, and Shoals is just looking unbelievable. Both these horses from the same stable. I think they're going to be presented perfectly to run right up to their best. On Ebel. So people will make a case for him. And I even want to make a case for Red Zell. I'm a bit of a perv for Peter Snowden, the run before the grand final, and he just was too fresh.
Yeah, way too fresh.
Is done. We've got a $7 the field now. Vega Magic stayed at home and became equal favourite. So, Vega Magic.
Should have won last. Of a run for its money. Certainly a great each-way bet. I don't think you'll miss the each-way mate of heaven. To beat Miss Fabulous, pretty...
All 3 of those clashed, along with 6 others in the T-Rose Brass. One brilliant...
Nikita Jane is the last one at the 800 metres here. And it's Santa Catarina just in front from Mezzi and McAvoy taking closer order on the favourite Miss Fabulous. She's going up to make a line of 3 on the home turn. Fiesta getting onto her back, then Aristocratic Miss Simi between them. Further back to Pretty in Pink, Made of Heaven in a pocket. Wider out a Hood from Fundamentalist for 2. Baccarat Baby and Nikita Jane into the straight now. And Mizzy and Miss Fabulous the outside. And Miss Fabulous being popped the question. Fiesta's going with her. Miss Fabulous a half in front to Fiesta. They're clear from the rest. Miss Fabulous being challenged by Fiesta. Fiesta takes a narrow lead from Miss Fabulous. A Hood is charging home with Nikita Jane. It's Fiesta just in front. Fiesta from Miss Fabulous. A Hood flying! Oh, great 3-way go. I'm not sure here. A Hood's gone to Fiesta and Miss Fabulous kicked on. Nikita Jane inches away the outside. Then Baccarat Baby.
Going to get it. It's going to be a Hood, a maiden, no longer.
I would think so. That's a better angle we got here.
You would get it.
Yep, you would think.
Delivered the news, and it is great news. Fancy winning a Group 1 as your maiden.
Yeah, it's and you can't deny her this win. Fiesta's, what a ripper she is. She's got such a big heart, and she's been fantastic winning the Princess Series, obviously, all the way through here, winning the Silver Shadow, and then second, Furious T-Rose Flight. So
20 runners in the Tab Epsom handicap over a mile. It's Group 1. A capacity
perfectly for him. I've got Pirata on top of Unforgotten, then D'Argento, and good old Hartnell is only giving away a few cues.
Turf for the Tab Epsom handicap for 2018, worth $1 million, of course, at Group 1.
Champagne Cuddles and Paredes second last. Beat some leads at the 800 metres. Tom Melbourne seeing daylight second. Murukeb third from Siege Quebec. 2 further back to Religify. Red Excite open. D'Argento's poking through along the inside running rail. Then came Hartnell, Goodfella deeper out from Invictus Prince. Pirata's one off the fence. Duke of Valentinois the outside. Unforgotten in the second half of the field with Lanciato. Shillelagh's making hard work of it. Then came New Tipperary and Champagne Cuddles heads the rest up. Beats him, comes up the rise a length in front of Tom Melbourne. D'Argento, the Greys letting down. Siege Quebec tries to go with him. Then Murray-Kevin further back to Hartnell. D'Argento in the centre takes a narrow lead from Siege Quebec and Hartnell the outside. Under his top weight, Hartnell moves up to D'Argento. Hartnell, D'Argento, stride for stride. They hit it. Photo there. Hartnell and D'Argento who kept kicking. Length in front of Tom Melbourne. D'Argento, the Greys letting down. Siege Quebec tries to go with him. Then Murray-Kevin further back to Hartnell. D'Argento in the centre takes a narrow lead from Siege Quebec and Hartnell the outside. Under his top weight, Hartnell moves up to D'Argento. Hartnell, D'Argento, stride for stride. They hit it. Photo there. Hartnell and D'Argento who kept kicking. Unforgotten flying at the end with Shillelagh. Then Murray-Kev from Invictus Prince beats him. It's a photo finish.
It's a thriller. It's a tight go here between Hartnell and D'Argento. 57 kilos. D'Argento grabbed by Hartnell. D'Argento fighting back. Heads up, heads down. Here's the line. Hartnell will win the Epsom. Hartnell, number one.
Had a champion in Winx, so a great decision to run him here. What a fighting performance from the great D'Argento, who went down.
Yeah, and look, he was, who would have thought, the only horse that had Bowman's weight, and Usburn had the association, obviously, with D'Argento, and he's been singing his praises, and he gets up and beats him on the line here. Look, he's, what's this, his fourth Group 1 now, Hartnell. He's been a terrific horse. He's probably, without Winx, he'd have a lot better record than a lot of horses in Australia at the moment. But
European trained horse, you don't. Underwood Stakes, Hutchie, your tip?
Yeah, the Raider, the international Raider. I think Charlie Appleby's got a great chance here with Blair House. I mean, it's always
best back to beat Grunt. Last time we looked at Homesman, it was at $5. Now it's under that mark into $4.80, and Blair House just out of turn to $5.50 as a result. For
Signal, and they're off. Blair House missed the start by a length and a half, and Bonnevel's going back with a length to Tozen Basil at the 800. Further back is Humidor, Bonnevel and Blair House. So it's Grunt, a neck in front of Homesman as they approach the 600 marker. Blackheart Bart 3/4 of a length away, 3 deep. Coming through the inside from Ambitious, then Tozen Basil. Bonnevel's getting a wriggle on. Humidor back to second last. Blair House at the end of the field as they run the corner and Sewell up. It's Grunt and Homesman together. They were followed by coming through behind those from Blackheart Bart, regressing past by Tozen Basil. Bonnevel to the outside with Humidor. Blair House sticks to the inside. Homesman goes to the lead at the 200. Tozen Basil's the threat the outside. It's Homesman a neck in front of Tozen Basil. Humidor late. Homesman at the hundreds fighting. It's gritty. Tozen Basil's coming at it hard. Homesman, Tozen Basil, they hit it. Homesman, the big man, lifts and won it. It is Homesman just from Tozen Basil and then Humidor. A gap in the field to a photo coming through was prominent. Blair House, Grunt not far away, then Ambitious, Blackheart, Bart, Bonnevel in a group. Homesman at 5:20 and 170 has won it. Homesman defeats Tozen Basil, who was going to spring a surprise. Humidor late. It's Homesman winning.
I think 1800's a bit short of his optimum trip. But anyway, it's great to get the Group 1 up for him, and it's fantastic. That gives him ballot-free exemption into the Caulfield Cup, and I'd imagine that all things being equal, that's where we'll head.
He's got 53 kilos for the Caulfield Cup. For the Edward Manifold Stakes Group 2 for the 3-year-old fillies, and Amphitrite and Very Elegant are the favourites. Joint favourites at $4 a piece. Chrome, a pretty tight one too, $3.60. Amphitrite.
They were followed next around the outside by Oregon Dreamer, and further back is Amphitrite, who has her back, and then came Very Elegant, who's hunting for runs the inside from Piero Ballancrone. Well back is Aristia, sticking to the inside from Dark Confidant, and at the end is Disenchanted. 400 metres to go. It's Ducal, 1,000 Wishes. Gaelic Dream out 3 deep, a length and a half off those from Oregon Dreamer. Amphitrite down the centre of the track, and then came Piero Ballancrone. It's Amphitrite out after 1,000 1,000 Wishes at the clock tower. Amphitrite takes the lead from 1,000 Wishes. Crone's the danger. Amphitrite 3/4 a length. Crone no danger. Amphitrite's home. Amphitrite won it by a length and a half. Crone second. Third, Very Elegant doing a bit late. Then for fourth, Piero Bell. Amphitrite, Craig Williams at $3 and $1.50.
Also, but I think going forward we see the winner go to the 1,000 guineas next week. No holds barred there. She'll go there barring incident.
For the last, the Blazer Stakes, $3.40 favourite. We have Invincibilla for Chris Wallace, Savatiano at $3.70 Platinum.
First up, and Bella Martini, well, $11 seems pretty big in a competitive race, but 3.913 and
$3.25. Disposing Invincibilla at $3.50. Platinum Angel, good.
Tulip fourth the inside from Savatiano, followed by Mamselle Tess at the 600. Two for the back, Invincibella, and then came Bring Me Roses, Platinum Angel, La Bella Diosa, Aloysia, Temple of Bell, and at the end of the field is Payroll. Into the straight at the 500 metres. Shoko held together with Truly Discreet. Bella Martini out deeper. Tulip awaits a run, sticks to the inside, tries to drive through. Savatiano needs a run. Mamselle Tess down the outside, and Invincibella's launching as well from La Bella Diosa across the track. It's Tulip on the rails at the 200 with Mamselle Tess. Invincibella right down the centre. Invincibella up to Tulip. 50 metres to go. Invincibella's home and hosed. Races away in the star colours and won it well. Invincibella by a big margin. Savatiano up for second with Mamselle Tess. Tulip in photos, followed by Invincibella. Hugh Bowman. For Chris Waller wraps up what's been a big day with the Winx winning Diosa or Temple of Bell for the next place after that.
Market update for the Group 1 Turnbull Stakes, and no surprise to see Winx a very short price favourite, 114.
Deep on all angles of this fence. She is soon to be in the mounting yard, and I'm sure there'll be a cheer when she enters. And
30,000 from Magic Millions, that's an 85 times investment, 19.5 million. I know she's a freak, but that's
They were followed by Grunt. Second last is Winx on the inside of Tally at the end. So the Ventura Storm. Third last is Grunt, and they were followed by Winx on the rails, and at the end is Tally, heading towards the 800 marker. And the front runner is Trap for Fools for young Ben Allen. Comes up towards the turn, extends that lead to 2 1/4. Divine Unicorn at the 650. Then John Snow. Further back is Young Star, ridden along, passed by Kings Will Dream. Winx is about 8 off the lead around the turn. Ventura Storm midfield from Mighty Boss, followed by Grunt, and they were followed by Tally, and Winx sticking towards the inside but trying to pick up some ground. Trap for Fools has them running at the 300 metres. John Snow back to the inside. Kings Will Dream. There's a gap for Winx. She's going to have to explode. Trap for Fools at the 200. Kings Will Dream back to the inside. Winx down the middle. Kings Will Dream at the 100. It's getting desperate. Now Winx is storming home. Winx over the top. Oh, she's too good. They can't beat her. Winx has won it by a length. Second, followed by Grunt, and they were followed by Tally, and Winx sticking towards the inside but trying to pick up some ground. Trap for Fools has them running at the 300 metres. John Snow back to the inside. Kings Will Dream. There's a gap for Winx. She's going to have to explode. Trap for Fools at the 200. Kings Will Dream back to the inside. Winx down the middle. Kings Will Dream at the 100. It's getting desperate. Now Winx is storming home. Winx over the top. Oh, she's too good. They can't beat her. Winx has won it by a length. Second, Young Star. Photo third. Kings Will Dream or Ventura Storm, then the field. How's your blood pressure after that? Well, with 300 metres to go, there was just a little bit of anxiety, but there just had to be a gap, and it was there. Cool as a cucumber. Hugh Bowman has switched off the heels of Young Star, but what about the acceleration? She has stormed home. For Young Star, Photo third. The Australian Horse of the Year for the third time this week. The third ever multiple winner of the Turnbull. 28 in a row and 21 Group 1s. That's all you really need to say. But
well, basically, she ran her first 800 metres in 50.82 seconds before then running her last 800 metres in 43.98 seconds. And as Daniel O'Sullivan, prominent form analyst, pointed out on social media, that's a 41 length difference. Her last 600 was in 32.21 seconds. Last 200 in an unbelievable 10.87 seconds. So from a slow early speed, she has ramped it up and she's done the impossible. I don't think there's any other horse who would have been able to win from where she was in the run. It was an unbelievable win by Winx, her 21st Group 1 success. As we mentioned, her 28th win in succession, and all roads now lead to the Valley for the Cox Plate. Let's hear from the beaten jockey.
I thought, we said to each other, 8 lengths is a lot of lengths to make up, you know, in a moderately run race, and that was in the back of my mind watching it live. I thought there were some anxious moments for sure, and that was referenced in Matt's call.
Well, let's have a look at he's in that position, but then with Tally coming on the outside, he goes inside. We haven't seen him inside a horse. I'm just trying to rack my brain. I think it's way back.
Winx is bad luck around the Valley, to be fair.
What price is bad luck? $17.
I mean, obviously here and then it puts you through some nervous moments, but she, like you said, she just overcomes these issues, Lizzie, and just the acceleration that she's got is of a 1,000-metre sprinter.
That's right, and the way she ambled up to them in the last 50 metres is when she sort of really puts pay to the field with absolute minimal effort, and the way she extends, I think, is always...
Now, can you what you do with her? You know, last 800 in under 44 seconds, the last 600 in 32.21, and the last furlong in 10.87. You know, that's... You pick up the sectionals of the 1,200-metre sprint down the straight, they're nowhere near that.
No horses can run that time.
Well,
only her. Anyway, maybe she deserves it. I think she needs an exclamation mark.
And 240, he was the target of some very good, strong early support. Avilius out to 240, Yogi at 475.
So they reach the 1,000 marker, and it's Harrison 6 or 7 lengths in front. Daring Tactics and Checkered Flag. Vonja Mask creeping closer. Avilius is off the fence at that stage, importantly at the 600. Then Wheel Leisure, followed by Yogi, who sticks towards the inside for the time being, given a reminder. And then well back is Jarmay, with also to the outside our Venice Beach and Zacata. So it's Harrison now into the straight. They've got it. Northwest Passage and Hush Rider move up. Checkered Flag. There's a wall lining up. Jarmay's running on. Avilius now down the outside with Vonja Mask as they reach the 250. Avilius lets down. Jarmay trying to go with it from Northwest Passage. Then Vonja Mask. It's Avilius at the 150 just in front. Jarmay driving at it. It's Avilius just in front of Jarmay. Yogi's flashing home. It's a big finish. They hit it. Avilius has just won from Jarmay and Yogi third, followed by Northwest Passage. Further back, Vonja Mask wandered under pressure. Jarmay was driving, and it was a great finish. Their heads in unison. They were stride for stride, but the favourite will win it. Avilius won. The gelding by Pivotal wins 6 at start 11 and 4 from 4 in the Land of Oz, trained by James Cummings, who wins.
Avilius, who survived on protest after winning the Bart Cummings, has been $13 into 10, ahead of Cross Counter and Magic Circle.
He sort of got to the front and then started to lay in, and it was a very tight finish in the end. But he's a class horse. He's just got that terrific turn of foot, and to carry 58.5 like he did yesterday and get into the Melbourne Cup, you know, he's got to be a good chance in that race.
The blinkers might have backfired on Harrison, who went out thinking they were Voro and he overdid it. They were. If this race was run at the his best, Avilius has run past him, given him weight. There might have been a slightest of brushes there, and the right horse...
To Darren Flindell. Well, I certainly rate Jungle Edge as one of the best heavy track sprinters in Australia, Jungle Edge, and I think he's going to get the lead all on his own here for Ben Mellon today.
460 into 440, alongside Pierata, back in trip from the Epsom, $4 to $4.
Clearly Innocent can come wide. Egyptian Symbol will go back to the inside. Snippets land and sold for Song of the last two. Jungle Edge has had a soft lead. He spins in front. Tactical Advantage is right on his hammer, going up the inside, but Parada is going through his gears, and Parada quickly moves up now to Jungle Edge. Then Tactical Advantage will clear from the rest, but Parada has stormed away inside the 150. Jungle Edge holding down second from Tactical Advantage and Clearly Innocent, and here's a big win for Parada in the Sydney Stakes. Won it by 2.5 to Jungle Edge and Clearly Innocent third in front of Tactical Advantage. Then came Boss Lane, further back to
Why didn't they set him for an Everest? They could have had a slot. There were people knocking down their door. They wanted to go somewhere else. And look what he did today in the consolation. He's trounced them. And his hair...
Very arrogant. It was a very good field on paper. But he was arrogant. He travelled. I think Greg has learnt something with him now. That look, he's giving him the chance at the Epsom. And look, His pedigree suggests that he might get a bit further, but he's a sprinter. He's a sprinter, and outstanding. Jungle Edge did his thing. He loves it wet. Good return from Clearly Innocent, but that's his.
After the Sydney Stakes, which was race 6, the Everest race 7, we had a ton of rain.
Yep.
And you saw sunshine there.
Royal Randwick, the jockeys are being introduced to the crowd. Kerrin McEvoy are now entering the theatre of the horse for this $13 million race. It's the Tab Everest.
I've got Redzell last year's winner on top. I think he can do it again. I think Brace.
Randwick and the gates open for the Everest. US Navy flag missed the start together with Osborne Bulls. Redzell was fast into stride and Scholes pretty quickly out. Trapeze Artist there and Lure remains pushing forward. From Santa Ana Lane and Osborne Bulls is last. It's a soft lead for Redzell. Lure remained a second. Vega Magic 3 wide. No cover third. Then Trapeze Artist. Fedora's off the track. US Navy flag improves in front of Scholes. Brave Smash going forward. Then Graff off the bridle. Further back in the race then to Graff and Scholes as they straighten up now. Redzell, McEvoy swinging off him up the rise. Lure remains sticks on second. Trapeze Artist goes to third. 300 out. Redzell still cruising in the lead. Trapeze Artist, Lure remain do the chasing. Further back to Graff and down the outsiders Osborne Bulls. It's Redzell clear. Redzell 50 metres to go, looking to conquer the Everest again, and boy, he's done it. Redzell leads all the way from Trapeze Artist. I think Osborne Bulls the stands rail third in front of Lure Remain and Graff. Then Santa Ana Lane from In Her Time. Brave Smash, US Navy flag, Scholes, Fedora, Vega Magic. No.
This year has finished near the rear, and Redzell's done it again, back to back in the Everest.
It's Groundhog Day, where we're here last year. Champion for the second year. He does an Archer. Archer won the first 2 Melbourne Cups. Redzell wins the first 2 editions of the Everest.
Wow, what can you say? How much prize money?
And what about doing it again, Nation? But to do it with your father, I know it means so much.
Oh, of course it does. It means a lot.
It means a lot. Yeah. Well, enjoy the win. We're so thrilled for you. Well done.
Thank you. Here comes the champ for the second time, Kerrin McEvoy.
The Everest, and he now is the second highest money earner in Australian racing history behind Winks. And he's obviously got...
Oh, he's obviously a dominant wet track. He led. It was a good day to be up there. 6 of the 9 winners are either leading or in the first 2 or 3. So he's kicked on strongly, didn't he, on the affected ground. A stack of forgive runs. Look, Trapeze Artist and Laraman battled manfully. The former isn't totally adept on wet ground. Osborne Bulls had a plan.
Great
very
plan.
Well. Graff was the best run in the race for mine. He was enormous.
Best run in the race, he's been beaten by how far?
Quick and quick, and there's just a tremendous feel. Even I went off 100 out, I said, he's home, and I never, ever did that. I did that about paratroopers one year in the Guineas, and he got rolled, so it's something you never do, but I was just so confident, just looking at his...
My favourite, Smart Melody, is on the drift, because when she walked into the mounting yard, the punters just said, yep, that's exactly what we wanted to see. Smart into $2.15. This has been a huge go for the 1,000 guineas here. Just the one at a 12.
And Amphitrite last of all as they slacken up front. 750 metres to go in the 1,000 guineas. Smart Melody just in front of Thrillster. Moret third, 3 deep. Anjana fourth, the outside of Fundamentalist. Eldorado Dreaming's trying to creep forward, followed by Aristocratic Miss Fiesta, Peaceful Music Bay. They're tightly packed. Quafila the inside, followed by Crone, Amphitrite, Seabrook and Tahitian Dancer into the straight. At the 350, it's Smart Melody and Thrillster together. Fundamentalist under the whip. Moret the outside, followed by Anjana. And next Eldorado Dreaming regressing. It's Thrillster and Smart Melody together. Fundamentalist getting out. Thrillster, Smart Melody, Fundamentalist. Amphitrite right down the outside. Fundamentalist takes the lead for Luke Nolan. Amphitrite dropping from the clouds. And one. Amphitrite, I think, from Fundamentalist. Third, a photo, Seabrook's prominent, followed by Anjana. Smart Melody Thrill.
Amphitrite on the backup has taken out the 1,000 guineas with a barnstorming finale. Craig Williams and Darren Weir, $12.70, $3.30 has defeated Fundamentalists, who looked all home a winner. Luke Knoll.
How strong is she? She's just a little slow in the stride, probably a blessing. He rode a cold, Craig Williams, and she just savages the line. She's 4 from 4 this preparation, and she is dead set a good filly, and she looks like she'll run. Looks like she'll run a bit of distance there, Blake.
Yeah, she sure does.
Ival's picks of the yards. Land of Plenty is all the rage here, folks. Being the best back late. Straight after the 1,000 guineas, the Darren Weir runner from that wide barrier was absolutely plunged here with Sportsbet. Into $4.40 now, as you can see.
Worked over time, but went to the front at the 500 metres. 2 lengths in front of Cliff's Edge, giving chase. Then Haliver Street, who's getting tired, passed by Dollar for Dollar. Then came Siege of Quebec. Hartnell runs on from Blackheart Bart. Land of Plenty is tracking into the race, only 4 off the lead. It's El Passam and Cliff's Edge into the straight at the 250 from Siege of Quebec. Hartnell the middle, and they were followed next in the field by Land of Plenty running on at the 150. Land of Plenty descends, takes the lead from Hartnell, Siege of Quebec, and Land of Plenty's going to race clear. Land of Plenty won the Toorak by a length. Hartnell, 3rd Siege of Quebec, 4th Shillelagh from Waging War Noir, followed by Langley.
For the 4th time in 5 years, Darren Weir has won the Aquis Toorak Handicap. Land of Plenty under the guidance.
And listening to Damien Lane and then also interviewing Weary. Weary said, when I saw him on the back of Siege of Quebec, I was a little concerned, but then I saw it go forward and thought, oh, this is beautiful. Yeah.
Well, it was a speed.
I mean, it's an extraordinary to
and D'Argento has rallied late, and we have 460 each of 2.
Front by 3/4 of a length. Got away with a couple of steady fractions from Ben. 3/4 of a length. Got away with a couple of steady fractions from Sedanza. Ben Battle 3rd and 4th is Harlem. They were followed by Blair House, about 4 off the lead as Charles just gets a bit quicker on Homesman at the 600 now. They were followed by Unforgotten Night's Watch, and next Hosen Basil losing a bit of ground up to the turn from D'Argento, Humidor and the Cliffs of Moa. Up around the bend, 400 to go. Homesman in front of Harlem the outside. Ben Battle off the leaders back from Blair House, and then came Night's Watch to the outside with D'Argento and Humidor. Homesman joined by Ben Battle. Here's Blair House the outside at the 200. It's Ben Battle a neck in front. Blair House wearing it down. Ben Battle just. Blair House moves up on the outside. It's the Blue Army. Ben Battle, and on the outside Blair House. Ben Battle has just won it from Blair House. Humidor 3rd. The Cliffs of Moa, D'Argento for 4, followed by Night's Watch, Homesman.
Dolphins, Ben Battle and Blair House, and it's gone the way of Ben Battle, the highest rated international performer to come to Australia to compete, and he's taken out the Group 1 after winning a Group 1 earlier this year in Dubai. And of course, he also won a Group 1 in Germany. He's been a terrific galloper, and that
absolute ripper of a race. It was one for the ages there, and in the end, Ben over-raced to some parts of the race.
Well, the clock really backs you up, Pat. 1400 to the 800, 38.5 seconds is a crawl. Then the 800 to the 200, you could see it watching it. The leader, they upped the ante, 34.36 for that 600 split. So that's a 26 length differential.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I always say we got
Cup, and you put a big cross against the one horse I wanted you to really assess. You're saying Homesman can't win a Caulfield Cup off that?
Probably not. Look, they...
Probably not or not?
With clear running yesterday, the horse I want to follow is the Cliffs of Moher. I think he's a two-miler that's run really well there. Any thoughts on that one?
Okay, let's hear from...
Folks, here we go. The Caulfield Guineas, the feature race. Let's have a look at the Sportsbet market, and I can tell you quite clearly this is the best backed runner all day with Sportsbet, and it's the favourite, the Autumn Sun. We went up
the inside, and next is the Autumn Sun around it as they reach the top of the course now at the 1,000 metre marker. Further back, the August between them. Then Mr. Exclusive Vacillator 3 deep. The halfway, 800 out. Tavasan just in front, being pressed by Native Soldier. A length, the Autumn Sun, who's 3 deep the trip, and they were followed by Musselbrook, the inside of the August. 2 further back, Vacillator, Mr. Exclusive, Outrageous, Good and Fast, Leonardo to Hinch. Vinci, Ragged Rascal, Uhud and Sicaro is at the end, but Native Soldier is going to try and turn this into a test around the turn. At the 400 metres goes for home, but the Autumn Sun is right there. Then Vacillator, the August to the outside, good and fast, followed by Mr. Exclusive and Uhud, but the Autumn Sun goes to the lead at the 200 metres, puts up a length and a half, 2 legs Vacillator and extends. The Autumn Sun 3 or 4 legs in front. A serious racehorse. The Autumn Sun blazes in spring, bolts in 6 legs. Vacillator goes for home, but the Autumn Sun is right there. Then Vacillator, the August to the outside, good and fast, followed by Mr. Exclusive and Uhud, but the Autumn Sun goes to the lead at the 200 metres, puts up a length and a half, 2 legs Vacillator and extends. The Autumn Sun 3 or 4 legs in front. A serious racehorse. The Autumn Sun blazes in spring, bolts in 6 legs. Vacillator, Uhud third. For the photo, good and fast, or on its outside, Sicaro. Then Mr.
In the 138 runnings of the Ladbrokes Caulfield Guineas, that is one of the best winning performances. The Autumn Sun emulates his sire, Redute's Choice, in taking out Australia's great mile classic in devastating fashion.
And he got the job done in grand style.
He is bred to be a star on the racetrack. He is a star in only 6 career starts, 5 wins, 3 of them at Group 1 level. And importantly,
he'll do the rest. He's by far the best horse, and he's a superstar, this horse, and world's his oysters.
He's a special colt. Yeah, he certainly is. Yeah, you've just seen what he's capable of, and I don't think he's matured yet. So maybe I've had a bit of experience with some nice colts, and he's as good as they get. He's a superstar.
If I had you mic'd up in that first, I'm obliged to ask the question.
I already know the question.
I'm obliged to ask.
How can he beat Winks if he's not fully mature? He has to be the next world champion to do it. Look, I've got to speak to the owner.
Important question, because usually we see horses that win a Caulfield Guineas half as impressively as what the Autumn Sun has done today. They automatically go towards a Cox Plate and have a crack against the open age horses. But I think Chris Waller, knowing what he's got with Winks, will probably be a little bit more patient. As Grace Ram here at Caulfield a long time, you don't often see horses ever in the mile races working deep, up on speed, yet have the audacity to put a 6-length margin on their rivals in a Group 1 race. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, well, you Victorians make it hard at this Caulfield track. That's what I came here to think anyway, but he certainly got round it very well, and full credit to the club. They've turned out a really good track, and they were winning from everywhere today, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, look, you can watch a lot of races at Caulfield or any track. They don't win often with the run he had, and not only win, but to put a space on them. Look, I know guys struggle with margins and so on, but I was with you. I thought it was about a 6.
I thought I might have been a bit overexcited, to be honest.
Yeah, come down with 4.5, but and you eased up late. Total dominance from the 150 to the line was when he just raced away, and it was outstanding.
And Mike, you've been
so by every measure you look at, this horse is an elite talent. I mean, he wins a Golden Rose coming home 44 and change, and then does this phenomenal.
He's just got such a one.
The Autumn Sun 3 or 4 legs in front. A serious racehorse. The Autumn Sun blazes in spring, bolts in 6 legs. Vacillator, Uhud third.
A serious racehorse, perfectly summed up, Matty. Look at James McDonald. He probably, I mean, the first 6 to 800 metres, he's...
That, we know that. I reckon he took unlucky out of the question when he gave him a dig in the ribs at the start. He sat 3 deep, got him into a rhythm, McDonald, and obviously an arrogant win. This McDonald reminds me of Jimmy Cassidy. He's the only bloke I know that can just sit 3 deep, lackadaisical, get him into a rhythm, and they still run through the line for him. Jimmy Cassidy was the only bloke...
I can tell you, Yucatan's had really good support with Sportsbet, but it is Gaelic Chieftain that's holding as a favourite as we speak, and he is at $5 in his Yucatan. He's finished on the heels of the Cliffs of Mohair, who ran terrific today, and also Rekindling. So
prize money 3 deep, and then came Yucatan, the international in the races, caught deep and forcing forward, followed by Brimham Rocks, Resilient the inside, and they were followed by Lord Fandango, Gaelic Chieftain well back, and Miss Admiration is at the end of the field. So they top the hill, 1,200 metres to go, and beyond it, Pillow Desai by 2 lengths, 2 in second, Rising Red, and third Yucatan. The Lord Mayor fourth on the rail, and then came Resilient at the back of the field. So with 700 metres to go, it's Pillow Desai in front. Tries to quicken it now with Yucatan the outside. Rising Ridge trying to stick with them under the whippers. Yucatan lets down now and goes to the front. So with 500 to run, Yucatan is off and gone. Put up 3 or 4 legs to Prize Money, Brimham Rocks, Odeon, and then came Sin to win. And further back in the field, Gallic Chieftain, and behind them Lord Fandango. But it's Yucatan into the straight at the 300, 6 lengths in front of Brimham Rocks, Prize Money, a Prince of Arran, Odeon, followed by Sin to win, but they're all scrapping behind Yucatan. It's a distance in front, 6, 7 lengths in front. From Leopardstown to Caulfield, this is going to trot in. James McDonald eases it down, if you don't mind, and won it by a length. Second was Brimham Rock, Lord Fandango, but it's Yucatan into the straight at the 300, 6 lengths in front of Brimham Rock's Prize Money, a Prince of Arran, Odeon, followed by Sin to win, but they're all scrapping behind Yucatan. It's a distance in front, 6, 7 lengths in front. From Leopardstown to Caulfield, this is going to trot in. James McDonald eases it down, if you don't mind, and won it by a length. Second was Brimham Rocks from a Prince of Arran. Then for fourth, we had Gallic Chieftain and Odeon behind them with Lord Fandango, Sin to win.
Yucatan wins in unbelievable fashion. James McDonald for legendary trainer Aidan O'Brien. And I think we've got a serious Caulfield Cup or Melbourne Cup prospect here. That win was staggering. He's beaten Brimham Rocks for clause.
Well, just when we thought we'd seen it all with the Autumn Sun and the ease of that victory, James McDonald, I mean, he eased down to win by a length.
It was Yucatan, Clint Hutchison and Stephen Arnold. You don't ever see wins like this regularly. This was unbelievable.
Oh, it was incredible. Like I said earlier, I definitely haven't seen that here at Caulfield. I asked you the same questions.
A bold performance from the horse.
I don't think anyone could have ever expected that. I mean, that's as impressive a win in a 1.5 mile race, and that was a serious 1.5 mile race, and it's as dominant a win as you'll ever see. No one could have expected that. We expected him to well, but nothing like that. It was, he's a Melbourne Cup winner in waiting, I'd suggest.
Was it?
He hasn't had an easy run, though.
No.
That is a torrid run.
And he's up against Best Solution, who you're riding, Pat.
Yeah.
Multiple Group 1 winner, 57.5 kilos. You're weighted right up to your best.
Yeah, look, he's a...
You can't say no. Have you seen a more arrogant performance than this?
Maybe not in a Herbert Power.
Look, I'm speechless. It was an unbelievable performance. I don't know what anyone else thinks about the horse, but he adds a lot of interest.
Is he in the Caulfield Cup?
We've seen Kingswell Dream $5. We've seen Youngstar at $6. We've seen Cliffs of Moher at $7. Youngstar has just gone out to $7, but the other two haven't moved. So there's not too much movement at the top. We've still got Kingswell Dream as the best result for punters.
Soft ground, which is encouraging for their chances. I can't get away from the form of the Toppy. Best Solution. He's been in terrific form. He's obviously returned a much better horse this time round. Going to need luck from the draw. 17 alley. Pat Cosgrove. He had a look around Caulfield here last.
$5 million Caulfield Cup. It's due in 6 minutes from now. Kingswell Dream, the favourite, at $5. Youngstar at $7.
Into $10. So it's coming down one down at a time. Of course, Ben Mellon.
Cliffs of Moher between horses. Then Gallic Chieftain, Night's Watch as they pack. Red Verdon's being shuffled back from Sound Check, and then came Youngstar, Ventura Storm and Mighty Bosses. The Taj Mahal is set alight. 600 metres to go. Moves up and takes the lead, and Best Solutions trying to go with it. They skip away. 2 lengths in front of Homesman. Giretto, Ace High is gone, followed by John Snow, and then the Cliffs of Moher. Best Solution drove up on the inside and takes the lead around the turn. It's a stamina sapping race, and Best Solution goes for home. 2 lengths in front of Homesman. The Taj Mahal, the Cliffs of Moher is running on from Giretto. Best Solution at the 200 metres. Homesman grinding it down. The Cliffs of Moher running on. Best Solution a neck in front of Homesman. Best Solution just Homesman stretching every sinew. Photo Best Solution's won it. Best Solution beats Homesman around the turn. It's a stamina sapping race, and Best Solution goes for home. 2 lengths in front of Homesman. The Taj Mahal, the Cliffs of Moher is running on from Giretto. Best Solution at the 200 metres. Homesman grinding it down. The Cliffs of Moher running on. Best Solution a neck in front of Homesman. Best Solution just Homesman stretching every sinew. Photo Best Solution's won it. Best Solution beats Homesman, the Cliffs of Moher. Giretto 4, followed by the Taj Mahal. Then Youngstar, Ventura Storm, Bonja.
What a race. The 141st Stella Artois Caulfield Cup will be in a dramatic photo finish going the way of Best Solution, Saeed bin Saror, Pat Cosgrave. It's a second cup win for Saeed bin Saror. Godolphin do it again. And what to the Cliffs of Moher, Aidan O'Brien, Hugh Bowman. A fantastic race, one of the best Caulfield Cups we've seen in a long time, with the international form standing tallest. Best
10 last 100 of the day at the end of 2400. But there's the Cliffs of Moher just running in behind them. I agree with your Homesman every possible. The right horse won. He had a harder run than the winner, gave him 4.5 kilos and held him off.
Yeah, I mean, so $8 for Yucatan. Have a look at that. So $8.
Been going through his head when McDonald took on the off, you know, before everyone expected it. What would have gone through his head? Will I go with him, or I won't go with him, or?
Well, I think at that point he had to go, but the early part of the race, like he walked out of the gates.
Homesman starting to challenge.
Yeah, and he was beautifully ridden in his own right, Homesman. He just stalked them and let it all unfold. Although he was a bit erratic here, and he bumped and he missed a stride late. So you could say he could have won, but all in all, he did have every possible chance. The Cliffs of Moher run well. This fourth horse, Giretto, he'd had a setback coming into this race, and I thought that was quite a nice Melbourne Cup trial from him.
Yucatan was the most talked about horse in Australia all week, and we'll go to the Melbourne Cup at $7 and best.
To next week at Valley, it's not too far away from the WS Cox Plate of 2018 and Winx's date with Destiny. Let's now meet the
riding about her. Ben Battle is the next best, number one. $8.
Valley, Hutchie, it's a legacy day, isn't it, in Australian racing?
No doubt, and we could create history here today. Can she win 4 in a row? There is a noise around here, but she's used to it all. She's
I must say, a $230,000 Gold Coast Magic Million buy. What a buy it was.
Yeah. When you've got in excess of, what is it, 9?
She was 3 years on after her first Cox Plate, and the reception's amazing. It's just our sport at its best.
So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, get on your Sportsbet app and please have...
There is just not one place you can find a spot now. Everyone is crammed in. They're ready, racing. And Wings from barrier number 6 began beautifully. D'Argento towards the inside began well. Kingsville Dreams out the back after a few strides. So they complete 100 metres. D'Argento on the inside of Ben Battle. They're not going fast. Rostropovich out 3 deep. Winks is settling a bit closer. Savvy Cope behind those horses. Further back Avilius the inside. A gap to Humidor. And Kingsville Dream is last of all. Out of the straight, 1,600 metres to run. D'Argento in front by 3/4 of a length. Ben Battle. Rostropovich is 3 wide early. Savvy Cope behind those horses 4th, and they were followed by Winks, who's got a lovely position at the moment. 5th one off the fence, 2 lengths of Villiers. Humidor. Kingsville Dream's going to be pulled up. Kingsville Dream is out of the race as they head to the back section now. 1,250 metres and the speed's got a lot better. Savvy Cope is 4th on the inside. 2 further back is Winks. They were followed by Avilius, and Humidor is last of all. Heading towards the top corner at the 850. It's D'Argento and Rostropovich together. A length and a quarter Ben Battle. Savvy Cope the inside as they reach the 750. Further back is Winks in plenty of air. A length and a half to Humidor, and Avilius the inside is last of all. 600 metres to go in the Cox Plate. Rostropovich just in front of D'Argento. Ben Battle. Now Bowman gets just in front of D'Argento, but here she comes, and the Valley roars. Weeks on the outside, moves up, takes the lead from Ben Battle. Then Rostropovich and D'Argento into the straight at the 200 metres. It's Weeks in front by a length. Ben Battle's going with her. Weeks 3/4 Ben Battle. Weeks is staving off Ben Battle. Cometh the hour, cometh the legend. Greatness, Weeks has done it. It's Equine Utopia. 2 legs to Ben Battle. Weeks on the outside, moves up, takes the lead from Ben Battle. Then Rostropovich and D'Argento into the straight of the 200 metres. It's Weeks in front by a length. Ben Battle's going with her. Weeks 3/4 Ben Battle. Weeks is staving off Ben Battle. Cometh the hour, cometh the legend. Greatness, Weeks has done it. It's Equine Utopia. 2 legs to Ben Battle. Humidor. Then a gap to Avilius behind those horses. Then Rostropovich
wins her 4th Cox Plate. $3 million in prize money takes her to the all-time record for world prize money earned by a racehorse, and she's done it in style. The time 2:03.47. It's fast. It's outside of her two fastest Cox Plates, but it's not far behind. She dominated that field. She dominated that race. Chris finishing first has taken her overall prize money earnings to $22.8 million. 22 Group 1s. It's the greatest of any flat performer in the world. Hurricane Mare, Clint Hutchison. It's an amazing feeling here at the Valley.
It is a feeling, quite an emotional. It is shed out. Well, people, you know, just I suppose.
She raced so well. Ben Battle was there. We beat the overseas horses. I thank them from the bottom of my heart for coming here.
They all do great jobs, not just Winx, but even just all the media, the fans. It's just gotten to a whole new level. And as I say,
well, she's a superstar. She's the best of the best. I'm very happy for the trainer, owner, jockey. It's a great race. And
Gene Murphy, Ben Battle.
Big run with Meta, champion in Winx, and she was very impressive today. Full credit to her team, Chris Waller, owners.
Ryan Moore, Rostropovich.
Yeah, look, he's ran a nice race. He had to do it. A lot of hard work, but you know, win as a champion. Nice to see her.
And like you said, it was just an honour to walk through the front gate there yesterday and be there. And as an Australian racing fan, how bloody good was it? We saw a horse just romp in her fourth Cox Plate. It is something it's just unbelievable. And congratulations.
Winx, how will she be judged in, say, 90 years? That's about the era since Phar Lap. Phar Lap, at one stage, won 32 of 35 races. He was beaten twice at 1,400 metres, ran second, and once in a Melbourne Cup with 68. So that was his golden era. Winx, obviously 28 in a row, whatever it up to, and 22 Group 1s, 4 Cox Plates. I wonder, assuming the society's still, you know, around in 90 years, how will the two be compared?
Yeah, it's a great question. I wish Terry Bailey was part of the panel.
The crowd took over from about the 600-metre mark, and it was just goosebumps on the back of your neck type feeling. And, you know, sitting there I was in the sort of level 4.
More perfection. It was just unbelievable there yesterday, and to think in our lifetime we've seen a horse to win 4 Cox Plates after Kingston Town won 3, you thought you'd never see it again. Another one of those moments?
No doubt, no doubt. It's a hard race to win, although you can pull up, you know, a couple that have won it like your Kingston Towns, but it takes an absolute champion, then you've got to hope another champion doesn't come along. I thought Ben...
Just with Ryan Moore said, you know, deep field, she's a champion. I mean, it's nice to see a champion, I should say, which is... It's quite, you know, he's a man of very few words. He doesn't say a great deal. It's unusual for him to say that. And also...
Best placed out of any jockey in the world. He is best placed
to say that.
Judge her. Definitely. He is best placed.
Yeah, I was really interested to...
Well, all of a sudden, Osborne Bulls is starting to drift, and it's only happened in the last 4 to 5 minutes. It was as low as $2.70, and it was the best back runner on the card. But it's just out to $3 in the last few minutes, so we're starting to get some money here for Winter.
And top weight covered more ground than any other rival in the Everest to finish third. First race day look at Flemington.
Yeah, and good final 600 in that race.
Along the inside is Have a Say, and then came Lope de Capio and Miss Rock. Sosie Bon in that group from Savannah Amore. Osborne Bulls third last from Lanciato, and Bonds away. 300 metres to go. It's the Monstar taking the lead from Winter Bride, then Runson, Have a Say. Sosie Bon up the middle. Savannah Amore and Osborne Bulls down the outside. It is the Monstar at the 200 metres, a length and a half. Runson, Osborne Bulls and Bonds away, running on the Monster, getting tired. Here's Osborne Bulls now, descends, and Osborne Bulls has won it. 3/4 of a length, Bonds away, or Runson, and then the Monstar. Further back, Lance, third last from Lanciato, and Bonds away. 300 metres to go. It's the Monstar taking the lead from Winter Bride, then Runson, Have a Say. Sosie Bon up the middle, Savannah Amore and Osborne Bulls down the outside. It is the Monstar at the 200 metres, a length and a half. Runson, Osborne Bulls and Bonds away, running on the Monster, getting tired. Here's Osborne Bulls now, descends, and Osborne Bulls has won it. 3/4 of a length, Bonds away, or Runson, and then the Monstar. Further back, Lanciato, Miss Rock, Savannah
meeting bonds away, who's come from the clouds to run a closing second. Kieran Maher, David Eustace, Michael Walker in the saddle, and Runson for...
Yeah, performance under the weight, conceding it to the field, and well, he just knows how to win this horse, doesn't he? That's his 9th victory now from 14 starts. He loomed.
Form to the post. How did this go statistically, Gator?
About 3 or 4 lengths slower than the Coolmore, and they didn't go hard in that.
Gee, that makes it a good win then.
Terrific win. And he had 59 as well, remember? Ooh. And he still had to accelerate, run over the top of them. It's just a good horse. His worst career run, inverted commas, is a Group 1.
Well, class prevailed, didn't it? It's as simple as that. He had 59 kilos here. He got squeezed out at the start. The leaders were off and gone. The Monstar there, the Kosciuszko form. Yeah, but the Everest form reigned supreme. Down the outside here, bang. Big weight, overcome a little bit of difficulties there, and he's just low flying. Look at Lanciado.
McCafe now straight. $3.60 Zusain. It's won the battle. Let's be very clear. There's a battle between the top 3, and Zusain has won that battle at $3.60. Written by at $4. Sunlight, the 5 I mentioned.
And Encryption onto the course proper at the 450, and it's written by in front. Childs hasn't moved. 3/4 Sunlight. Lean Mean Machine back to the inside. Then came Zusain out wider as they sprint up from Longleaf. Written by at the 250, joined by Sunlight. Lean Mean Machine the inside, and then Zusain. Written by Sunlight. Zusain coming at them. Sunlight the filly at the 50, just in front. Zusain coming at her. Sunlight the filly. She's a star. Sunlight beats Zusain. Lean Mean Machine, or written by that Encryption, Caesar, Longleaf, then Diplomatico for Query and Rondo.
The 50th running of the Group 1 Coolmore Stud Stakes goes to the only filly in the race, Sunlight. Luke Curry, Tony McAvoy in a bright... McAvoy Sunlight joins that list. That is now her 8th victory from 12 career starts, with 3 further placings. She has been an outstanding career prize money level to just under $3 million, and that is only from 12 starts with 8 wins, of course, winning a Magic
Star sires, 1st, 2nd and 3rd in a Group 1, which is extraordinary. Zoustar himself winning the race. And Zoustar's dad winning the race, and his grandfather winning the race.
And it's his first crop as well, so it's an amazing achievement to have the trifecta in your first crop, having won the race yourself.
You see the overhead shot of this race where these 2 stablemates, Lean Mean Machine and Zusain, just stalked those 2 leaders. You couldn't have put enough money on Zusain at the 150-metre mark. So she pulled out so much courage there over the last 100 metres, and obviously it's been well documented she was unlucky in the Manikato, or didn't get her opportunity in the Manikato Stakes, but she got a big win there, and what a big trifecta for Zoustar there. 1, 2, 3. Maybe the big colt didn't win the...
So it's the hope for the punters today. They're really keen on Thinking Big. It's rock solid at $3. Arameo still there at $6. No.
And Sikorsky from barrier number 5, one of the better ones of Tamarka. And the leader is Severate, and is going to keep them running by 2 lengths to Tolmac. A couple of lengths away, Savoir, 3rd on the fence, followed by Louis the Legend. 1.5 lengths away, Farouk and Thinkin' Big. And this leader, Severate, stringing them out. It's now 4 lengths in front at Chiquita Lodge. So with about 1,100 metres to go, Severate about 3 or 4, Tolmac. Then Savoir on the... Next along the inside, Mickey Blue Eyes, Stars of Karam from Extra Brute, and then came Savvy Oak. Well back in the field, Grinzinger, Star and Bazal. Coming up towards the turn at the 600 metres, Severate felt for, with on the outside Tolmac. Here they come now. Farouk out deeper on the track with Thinkin' Big, who presents to the middle of the track. Then Louis the Legend to the outside, Sikorsky. Extra Brute's running on now, and Arameo's tracking him across the track at the 300. Sikorsky goes to the lead, but here's Extra Brute. Extra Brute takes the lead from Sikorsky. Then Home Ground, Stars of Karen running on from Arameo. It's Extra Brute at the 150, needing to fight. Stars of Karen coming out after him. Extra Brute a length and a quarter. He's brave, he's strong, he wins the Derby. Extra Brute from Stars of Karen. 2 lengths, Chapata 3rd. 4th, Sikorsky, followed by Home Ground, Arameo, Savvy Oak, Vazal.
164th running of the Amy Victoria Derby goes to Darren Weir, and John Allen with Extra Brute proving far too good, winning his 4th race.
Nothing short of fearsome. 127.88, in fact, first 1,400. So as referenced, they would have been leading the Lexus field by about 22 lengths with 900 metres to run, which is mind-boggling. Last year's Derby wasn't run at a brutal speed. Ace High Won that, of course. They were about 26 or 27 lengths quicker than last year. So overall time, very fast, but that's all set up by the speed, 2:34.30.
And he missed the fly. It's hard to say if he would have won the race or not, but boy, he should have went pretty close. And listening to reading a few comments from McDonald after the race, he was adamant that he should have gone close. That Stars of Karam was
Cup day. So pretty keen to have a go today. Pretty wide, quality-wise. Here's a market, and you see Magic Circle at 7.5 into 6.5. Yucatan 6.5. So equal favourites now. Cross counter out to $10. And Marmelo's had a nibble, $12 best. It's a phenomenal track. And look, we were chatting Mike off camera. I don't think there's too many tracks in Australia, let alone the world, that could cope with the sort of rain we had and then be upgraded during the day.
And one horse stands at
Yucatan. Let's get the thoughts of Brent Zerafa.
Well, thanks very much for that, Shane. I'm sticking with Cross Counter, the runner from. It's quite remarkable to think that only a couple of hours ago this was certainly a lot of rain. We were thinking, how heavy could this track be? We're now on an improving soft track, and I'm hoping Cross Counter.
At Caulfield there, he went outstanding, didn't he? Showed plenty of tenacity under pressure.
He's $12, Marmelo. Earlier today was around $14, so he has had support, especially off the start.
Cross Counter, lively race for Godolphin. 7 starts for 4 wins. Kerrin McAvoy rides.
Yeah, both 23 and 24 fit the same bill. They're actually only 3.5 years old, having been
set to run, and they're racing in the Melbourne Cup. Run away from the centre, jumped away well towards the inside. Auvray about middle of the field, out Von Jamask out well. There's a wave coming towards the outside. Runaway Finch and also Ace High. A Prince of Arran's trying to tuck in behind them with Sir Charles Road. Ventura Storm is nice and close early with Nikita. Very deep early is Rostropovich. Onto the course proper. Red Cardinal back in the field. Then is the Cliffs of Moor as they run past the stands from Who Shot the Barman. Now the Cliffs of Moor has gone amiss, I'm afraid. At the back of the field, the Cliffs of Moor has gone amiss and checked a couple of runners. So they leave the straight now with 2,000 to 1,200 metres to go is Soundcheck, and then Sir Charles Road. Next in the field is Rostropovich around a Prince of Arran, then Ventura Storm. The inside next is Auvray, and then came Young Star, a length to Magic Circle. Next is Yucatan around those with Nikita. A length away to Chestnut Coat, Who Shot the Barman, followed by Muntaha, Red Cardinal. Well back in the field then is Marmello, and then came Zacada, and they were followed by Cross Counter towards the back of the field. Best Solution second last, and Avilius last. So it's Runaway coming up towards the turn in the Melbourne Cup at the 700. Leading from Finch, Von Jamask, then Ace High. Sir Charles Road sneaking up on the inside, a Prince of Arran making up ground. Then Ventura Storm, Soundcheck. Yucatan about 6 off the lead around the turn, followed by Auvray and Nikita. Finch up to Runaway, followed by Von Jamask. Sir Charles Road, a Prince of Arran's presenting from Ventura Storm and Rostropovich. 300 to go. It's Finch with a Prince of Arran on the outside. Rostropovich is running on, and Marmello back to the inside too. A Prince of Arran at the 200. Marmello wearing it down. Marmello gets up on the inside, and here comes Cross Counter. Cross Counter coming at Marmello. Cross Counter's flying. The Blue Army have done it at last. Cross Counter has won the Melbourne Cup from Marmello, a Prince of Arran Finch. Soundcheck. Yucatan about 6 off the lead around the turn, followed by Auvray and Nikita. Finch up to Runaway, followed by Von Jamask. Sir Charles Road, a Prince of Arran's presenting from Ventura Storm and Rostropovich. 300 to go. It's Finch with a Prince of Arran on the outside. Rostropovich is running on, and Marmello back to the inside too. A Prince of Arran at the 200. Marmello wearing it down. Marmello gets up on the inside, and here comes Cross Counter. Cross Counter coming at Marmello. Cross Counter's flying. The Blue Army have done it at last. Cross Counter has won the Melbourne Cup from Marmello, a Prince of Arran Finch. Then Rostropovich, Young Star. Back behind those horses, Sir Charles Road and Best Solution Mundahavin. Solution Munda.
The 158th Lexus Melbourne Cup has gone to Godolphin for the first time with Cross Counter, Charlie Appleby, Kerrin McAvoy, a third success in Australia's greatest race. It's an international.
Empty Yucatan, and the 400 I should have had to go my own way, and we were full of running. The furlong I thought, mate, is this happening again? And yeah, look, I'm just lucky recipient. I can ride light and.
Well, Red Zell is the best back runner of the day. Welcome back. This is just a good old-fashioned go, as we like to say in the business. Into $3.30 now, Red Zell. Some of our bigger punters have just decided this is just a super horse and will win the race. Outside of that, Kementari is your second. There's going to be a good result for punters here, Red Zell. Outside of that, Kementari was your second favourite, but it's drifted. It's gone out to
Pierrata just ahead of him. Redkirk Warriors the widest runner, and at this stage is tracking US Navy Flag, and then came Brave Smash. Kementari's about third last with Sprite and Santa Ana Lane as they link onto the course proper at the 500. Invincible Star in Fleet Review just in front of Jungle Cat. Pierrata towards the inside. Red Zell coming up the middle with also Spirit of Valor, and then Redkirk Warrior. Brave Smash needs a run. They're right across the track in her time back towards the inside of the 200. Jungle Cat and Pierrata together, followed by Red Zell. Santa Ana Lane's charging home within her time on the inside. In her time, and Santa Ana Lane, stride for stride. Santa Ana Lane has beaten in her time. What a finish. Third a photo, Jungle Cat or Pierrata, followed by Red Zell, Brave Smash, Sprite. Further back, Spirit of Valor, then Kementari.
Classic goes to Santa Ana Lane, who has fast become the most consistent elite-level sprinter in the country. That's his fourth win at Group 1 level, and he does it again at a big price. Anthony Freeman, Mark Sarah.
And we'll put him away now and look to see what we can do next year.
Very few horses win 4 Group 1s like he's done, but that's the way you have to ride him. You have to smother.
Though, Sam, at the start of their career, because your old man's been saying, oh, we've learned how to train him now. If you only look at the last 12 months, exclude the bog track in the Everest, his form is faultless.
And this must be a lot of fun. But I tell you what, if he gets cover, and then the last 400 there's no horse that can go with him.
Got a whirlwind finish, and you know, that's an elite performance in an elite field. Plus 6 lengths. Out 34.8, so, you know, plus 6 lengths versus the benchmark. I really only use the...
Little freshen up. Wow, he's just a super sprinter, this Santa Ana Lane. He's come from more or less nowhere in the last 18 months, I suppose. 4 big Group 1s, and proper Group 1s at that. And for a horse with his racing style, the get back, everything's got to go right for a horse like that. That was just a beautiful ride.
Yeah. Racing now in the Guineas, and Dulasaba fired out like a bullet for Lane from the inside, and the Sydney 3-year-old is going to lead. The Velvet King. On the inside is the Hot Pot Arcadia Queen, third. She's up much handier than normal. She's third. She's in the mark, the stablemate. On the fence, Regal Council, but coming into the home straight, the Velvet King had headed the Sydney Galloper Ulasaba. A length and a half, Arcadia Queen about to get around the heels with Lady Cosmology running on well as Pike goes to work. Arcadia Queen at the 150 mark. She's a length and a half in front of Lady Cosmology. Boy, she's got them done, and she's going to break the hoodoo. Comes away, she wins the Champion Fillies and the Guineas double in brilliant fashion. Arcadia Queen again from Lady Cosmology. Over towards the inside, third, getting home, it's stablemate Flirtini. Right behind them, True Attraction, the Fugazi.
It was a demolition job by the fillies there. 1, 2, 3. Arcadia Queen beat Lady Cosmology.
Here's the favourite, number 11, the mare, Galaxy Star. Grant and Alana Williams and Willie Pike.
Certainly the ticks are against Galaxy Star, the Cerise and White Cross sashes, the Guineas.
Only 4 minutes off. This race is over the mile, and we have got a projected first 4 pool.
Star and also Galaxy Star with only 3 behind her, and they're the 3 all in the Cerise and White perfect dual action, and Star Exhibit. But as they work down the riverside of the track, 900 left to go in the runaway. The Bolter Wrinkly led them. It's Wrinkly by more than 2 on Great Shot. Material Man's had a gun run. A length and a half to Man Booker in a strung out field. Mr. Seawolf down on the inside of Prized Icon. Then Iconoclasm. Gadding's over on the fence, and then Peaceful State. Dispositions had no luck, and Galaxy Star's well back with Akanar Star, and they're being followed by Action. Further back, Perfect Jewel, and last of all is Star Exhibit, about 12 lengths or more from Wrinkly, who at the 400 headed for home in the railway. Here comes the challenge of Material Man away from the rail, and Great Shot under the whip, straightening up. Here's Man Booker running on. Behind them, searching for runners, Mr. Seawolf. Warwick goes for home now. Material Man, Gadding gets out. Here's Galaxy Star erupting. However, here's Galaxy Star running through the middle with Gadding in pursuit, but Galaxy Star draws away from them. Pike Magician. Galaxy Star beats Gadding, and Material Man is Mr. Seawolf. Warwick goes for home now. Material Man, Gadding gets out. Here's Galaxy Star erupting. However, here's Galaxy Star running through the middle with Gadding in pursuit, but Galaxy Star draws away from them. Pike Star beats Gatting and Material Man. Down on the inside, Perfect Jewel. And they were followed home by Mr. Seawolf and Star Exhibit Man Booker Icon. Galaxy Star, the moons aligned. And Pike has delivered what backers of Galaxy Star wanted. Galaxy Star has won and won brilliantly from Gatting and Material Man. And back there on the rails, Perfect Jewel.
Or something else.
Yeah, well, they say that mares don't win the railway very often, but she's a good mare.
You always say, Bob, that this is the hardest race to win, and she just didn't win it today. She bolted away.
No, definitely the hardest race in this state to win.
What were you thinking when she got a fair way back?
Oh, I thought, here we go again. We're at the back.
And then when did you think she was home?
Just as they came around the corner, you could see she was travelling.
She's 10 wins from 13. That's special, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you go through, there's a couple of seconds there that probably should have been wins too. She's pretty good, this horse.
And you've got the
defence, and it's a momentum ride that he never lost 1 second of momentum, Pike, and it was just pretty to watch.
Wasn't it? One to Mississippi Delta now, and this is, here's the Kingston Town market. So, Galaxy Star 420, trapped after the great Kingston Town, who won this race back in 1982, and it was the very last race of his career. Malcolm Johnson and Arcadia Queen, number 15, the 3-year-old filly, the winner of the Guineas and the champion fillies. Now, Willie will win.
Staples kicks up with Great Shot, but boy, didn't the pace go on suddenly. Great Shot led a half to 3/4 Iconoclasm, now having to ease back. 3 lengths away behind those to Trap for Fools. 1 Akinar Star down on the inside next of all, and being closely followed by the favourite Arcadia Queen. She's beautifully placed back there running 5th, being followed by Material Man. Over on the inside at the 800, Star Exhibit, being followed by Perfect Jewel. Gatting's back over on the inside. He's worse than midfield from Holy Snow. Mr. Seawolf 3 deep. Then came Galaxy Star back with Heart Starter. Prying Tom is the tail ender as they come along by the 550 in the Kingston Town, and Great Shot giving it a great shot in front. It's Great Shot 3/4 Iconoclasm. Ollie makes his move with Trap for Fools starting to work into it. Akinar Star's handy to the home corner. Behind those then came Arcadia Queen. She comes to the outside and sets after the leaders. Great Shot, Trap for Fools. Pike hasn't really moved. Now he does. Look at her go, the 3-year-old. Arcadia Queen swept up and grabbed the lead. Further back is Material Man, but the babies run right away from them. Arcadia Queen, he had a peep over the right shoulder, and she's going to blow them away and record a sensational win in the Kingston Town. Arcadia Queen from Material Man. Galaxy Star rattling down the others. Then came Arcadia Queen. She comes to the outside and sets after the leaders. Great Shot, Trap for Fools. Pike hasn't really moved. Now he does. Look at her go, the 3-year-old. Arcadia Queen swept up and grabbed the lead. Further back is Material Man, but the babies run right away from them. Arcadia Queen, he had a peep over the right shoulder, and she's going to blow them away and record a sensational win in the Kingston Town. Arcadia Queen from Material Man. Galaxy Star rattling down the outside from Gatting, and then came the roughie. Prying Tom has run a race from Trap for Fools. We've seen the emergence this afternoon of a star in the making. Arcadia Queen becoming only the 2nd 3-year-old to win the Kingston Town, and that was a demolition. Arcadia Queen with only the 1 defeat in 6 career starts. The Piero filly hasn't just won, she has gapped them.
I got there so easy and so early. She felt brilliant throughout the whole run. Over-travelled a smidge, but honestly, once I let her go, what a beautiful horse.
She didn't do it. Does she rate amongst the fillies that you've ridden before?
Oh, definitely right up there. So I don't think anyone will quite ever beat my Elite Bells and Perfect Reflections, but look, ability-wise, she's right up there, if not maybe even better.
She's gone pretty close. Congratulations.
And you just said to him, I think she's something special.
Well, yes. We won the race 5 times, and I'd say that was the best win I've seen.
What makes her so special in your eyes?
Oh, it's hard to tell. It's a first preparation, and it's very unusual. And we raced her a bit more than what we normally would our 3-year-olds. I always thought up until now that Old Comrade was our best winner of this race. He won it as a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. and maybe she could come back and do the same as him.
When did you think to next year now, Bob? And Duff just pointed out there's a Golden Eagle worth $7.5 million in the latter part of November for the 4-year-olds.
Yes, it's very exciting, isn't it? And they tell me you can use Regumate in New South Wales too.
Yep. So is that make your decision easier?
Well, it makes it a bit easier than thinking about going to Victoria where you can't use it.
Maybe.
And Galaxy Star has come from the tail into third spot, but look at that margin. That is one of the best Kingston Town wins in its history.
She just did the job.
It's hard to believe that, as you just...
Something special. A fortnight ago, I suspected I saw something special. I'm convinced after yesterday. She is the real thing, an absolute star.
Darren McCauley, Mac, Perfect Jewel, for the second time in a row in a Kingston Town, has been responsible, or her jockeys have been responsible for causing interference. Pike got a month on her for causing interference. The Blackheart Barton Material Man at the crossing last.
She is the real thing, an absolute star.
Darren McCauley, Mac, Perfect Jewel, for the second time in a row in a Kingston Town, has been responsible, or her jockeys have been responsible for causing interference. Pike got a month on her for causing interference. The Blackheart Barton Material Man at the crossing last year, and